Leviathan, also called Latin or Latanu. In the Hebrew Bible, specifically in the book of Job, the Leviathan is described as a gigantic sea monster or serpent. In biblical, Leviathan was a sea monster, a mythical creature referred to in sections of the Old Testament. While a popular metaphor in both Judaism and Christianity, the creature nonetheless is viewed differently in each religion. The creature can either be seen as a metaphor for the sheer size and power of God's creative abilities or a demonic beast. Leviathan comes from the Old Hebrew name, Leviathan, or Liwin, which means twisted, coiled. In biblical texts, Leviathan is often used as a symbol of chaos and evil forces that need to be conquered. It is portrayed as a powerful and untamable creature, representing the primordial forces of nature. Leviathan is regarded as the monster of the waters. It is commonly depicted as a sea serpent, a giant fish, or a hybrid creature with elements of both fish and serpent. Some descriptions even attribute multiple heads to Leviathan. Its body resembles that of a whale, with a thick, cylindrical body and fins. Sometimes it is depicted as more of a dragon-like creature, covered in a body of scaly armor, sharp claws, rows of razor teeth, the ability to breathe fire, and a thinner, more serpentine body. His eyes possesses great illuminating power. Some descriptions even attribute multiple heads to Leviathan. This Leviathan also has breath so hot that it can boil the sea. It also smells so bad that no living creature can endure his odor. It can light up the sea for miles with his eyes and eats a whale every day. The Leviathan is afraid of a small worm called kilbit. Kilbit clings to the gills of large fishes and kills them. According to a Judaism midrash, the Leviathan was created on the fifth day, Yalkut, Gen 12. Originally, God produced a male and a female Leviathan, but lest in multiplying the species should destroy the world. He slew the female, reserving her flesh for the banquet that will be given to the righteous on the advent of the Messiah, Baba Bathra 74a. Gabriel will be charged with the killing of the monster, but he will not be able to accomplish his task without the help of God, who will divide the monster with his sword. According to another Haggadah, when Gabriel fails, God will order the Leviathan to engage in a battle with the ox of the mountain, Shor Haber, which will result in death to both of them. B. 75a Pesai. P. 188b. From the hide of the Leviathan, God will make tents for the pious of the first rank, girdles for those of the second, chains for those of the third, and necklaces for those of the fourth. The remainder of the hide will be spread on the walls of Jerusalem, and the whole world will be illuminated by its brightness. IB. The Christian interpretation of Leviathan is often considered to be a demon or natural monster associated with Satan or the devil, and held by some to be the same monster as Rahab, Isaiah 51 verse 9. Some interpreters suggest that Leviathan is a symbol of humankind in opposition to God, claiming that it and beasts mentioned in the books of Daniel and Revelation should be interpreted as metaphors. Leviathan also appears in the apocryphal book of Enoch. That day will two monsters be parted. One monster, a female named Leviathan, in order to dwell in the abyss of the ocean over the fountains of water. The other a male called Behemoth, which holds his chest in an invisible desert whose name is Dundayan, east of the Garden of Eden. During seafaring's golden age, European sailors saw Leviathan as a gigantic whale-like sea monster, usually a sea serpent, that devoured whole ships by swimming around the vessels so quickly as to create a whirlpool. Leviathan has been a popular subject in art throughout history. It has been depicted in paintings, sculptures, and illustrations, often showcasing its awe-inspiring size and ferocity.